In football, there are some names. They change the fate of a single match. And then there are others who change the history of the entire game. This is the story of a kid whose journey began in the windy streets of Madeira, rising to challenge the top of the world. This is the documentary of Cristiano Ronaldo's walk toward eternity. Madeira. February 5th, 1985. Madeira. A child who would change the future of football is born. His family is poor, the roof leaks, there aren't even 2 pots in the kitchen. But this kid had one thing, a ball, and a fire inside him that never stopped burning. Ronaldo's childhood wasn't easy. His father struggled with alcohol, and his mother counted every single coin at home. But he never complained, because even at that age he knew one thing: I'm going to be the best in the world. Sporting years. At 12 years old, he left his family, his home, his entire life behind, and walked through the doors of Sporting Lisbon. Just one suitcase, a few clothes, and a dream. They say he cried for days, but when he stepped onto the training pitch, the sadness turned into something else: determination. At 16, he made it to the first team. His speed was unbelievable. His feet moved faster than his opponents could even see. And one day, that day finally came. Transfer to Manchester United in that match against Manchester United. There wasn't a player on the field. There was a storm. Sir Alex Ferguson made his decision before the final whistle. I want this kid. At just 18, the young talent stepped onto one of the biggest stages in world football. The criticism in his first season was loud. He's too flashy. He doesn't keep his head down. But what they didn't know was this. Ronaldo arrived earlier than everyone else, and when everyone left, he was still on the pitch working. He had one goal: to become unbeatable. In 2008, he was crowned the best player in the world, but the story was only just beginning, because for Ronaldo, the peak wasn't a place to reach. It was a mountain to conquer again, every single day. The real Madrid legend, in 2009, he became the most expensive transfer in football history.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
The day he arrived at Real Madrid, 80,000 people filled the stadium just to see him. Not for a player, but for a phenomenon. In Madrid, he turned into a machine. 450 goals in 438 games. 4 Champions League titles. An era of unstoppable domination. And of course, that timeless rivalry written alongside Messi. The football world was split in 2. But the truth was this: they fueled each other's fire, and we witnessed the greatest rivalry in history. Juventus, the return, Al Nassr. Even in his 30s, Ronaldo didn't slow down. He became the top scorer at Juventus, breaking records once again. And then, he returned to Manchester United to finish a story that had been left incomplete in his heart. What returned wasn't just a footballer. It was a legend. Then came the transfer the whole world talked about: Saudi Arabia. Some criticized it, some celebrated it, but one truth remained. Wherever Ronaldo went, he expanded the limits of the game. Portugal. When he played for Portugal, he wasn't just a footballer, he was a leader, a symbol. And that Euro 2016 trophy, they lifted with tears on their faces. It was a nation's moment of pride. And for Ronaldo, the greatest trophy of his life. Legacy. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about football, it's the story of how the impossible can be made possible. The struggles, the losses, the criticism, all of it came together to forge one of the hardest working athletes the world has ever seen. He is the name of relentless ambition, an unbreakable spirit, and flawless discipline. He is Cristiano Ronaldo. And this story doesn't end here, because true legends never stop.